Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm excited to kick off our presentation with this first slide titled, Where Should the Imam Stand? This is the cover slide, so I'll keep it brief. Today, we'll explore the important considerations about the Imam's position during prayer. We'll discuss practical tips and best practices to ensure the prayer is conducted smoothly and respectfully. So, let's get started and dive into this interesting topic together. Let's discuss where the Imam should stand during the funeral prayer. First, the deceased must be shrouded and placed at the front, with his right side facing the Qibla. This positioning is important because it aligns with the direction of prayer and respect. Now, different schools have specific guidelines on where the Imam should stand relative to the deceased. In the Hanafi school, the Imam stands opposite the head if the deceased is a man, or opposite the middle if the deceased is a woman. This positioning ensures a balanced and respectful arrangement during the prayer. In the Maliki school, the Imam stands opposite the middle of the body for a man and opposite the shoulders for a woman. This variation highlights the importance of respecting the different anatomical considerations in the funeral rites. The Shafi'i school recommends that the Imam stands by the head if the deceased is male, and by the posterior if female. This positioning emphasizes the gender-specific approach in funeral arrangements within this school. Finally, the Hanbali school states that the Imam stands by the head if the deceased is male, and by the middle if female, with the important note that the head of the deceased should always be to the Imam's right. Understanding these different positions is crucial because they reflect the diverse interpretations within Islamic jurisprudence, but all aim to honor the deceased and facilitate a proper prayer. The key point is that the placement of the Imam is guided by these specific guidelines, ensuring consistency and respect across different traditions. Let's talk about where the Imam should stand during funeral prayers. We have some examples from the Prophet's time that shed light on this. In one narration from Sahih al-Bukhari, Samura bin Jundab describes offering a funeral prayer behind the Prophet for a woman who had died during childbirth. He notes that the Prophet stood up by the middle of the coffin during the prayer. Another example comes from Abu Ghalib, who saw Anas bin Malik leading a funeral prayer for a man. Anas stood level with the head of the deceased. Then, when a woman's funeral was brought, he was asked to lead the prayer again. This time, he stood level with the middle of the body, which was on a bed. Interestingly, someone asked Abu Ghalib if this was how the Prophet stood during prayers for men and women, and he confirmed it was. Abu Ghalib then emphasized to others to remember this practice. What this teaches us is that the position of the Imam varies depending on the situation and the type of funeral. The key point is that the Imam's standing position is aligned with the body's position in a way that maintains dignity and reverence. Connecting this to our overall theme, it highlights the importance of understanding the sunnah in performing funeral prayers correctly, respecting the deceased, and following the Prophet's example in every detail.